that was shot and one Locust Grove officer that was shot.
It's really scary.
So many people by his side, his brothers in arms.
The Locust Grove police officer died shortly afterwards at the hospital. One sheriff's deputy is in serious condition and in surgery.
All three of them need prayer, and all we could do was lift them up and let God take care of them.
Right now at 6, we continue to follow two breaking stories in Metro Atlanta. The GBI is on the scene of a deadly shooting in southwest Atlanta where a state trooper killed a suspect.
And another big story we're following for you. This is breaking out of Henry County where 3 officers were shot in a separate incident. This happened while serving a warrant. Locust Grove officer Chase Maddox was killed. Henry County deputies Sidney Calloway and Michael Corley were both injured. They are recovering tonight from those wounds. We have team coverage of the story. We have reaction from city leaders and one deputy's family. And we begin with our Caitlin Ross near the scene of that shooting not far from the Tanger Mall. Caitlin, this neighborhood, is it still blocked off right now on St. Francis Court?
Yes, much of the neighborhood is still blocked off, Jeff. They have crime scene tape up. They're still investigating. They're still inside that home. You can see this is still a very active scene here as police try and figure out exactly how this happened. We know that the 2 Henry County deputies were here serving a warrant from traffic court. That's when they encountered the suspect, who they say immediately became combative. They knew it was going to be a problem, so they called Locust Grove and asked for backup. That's when Chase Maddox arrived. As soon as that Locust Grove police officer got on the scene, things turned ugly. The suspect started shooting, and it turned horrible. They say he was shooting through the door. He hit Officer Chase Maddox, then Deputy Michael Corley and Deputy Ralph Calloway. Thankfully, Corley and Calloway were both wearing bulletproof vests that did help save their lives. We know Corley is out of the hospital, Calloway in surgery, still recovering. The sheriff says these men were just trying to do their job.
You never know when you're going to take somebody into custody what kind of response you're going to get. But what our information is that it was obvious that the individual was not going to go. And that's the reason they called for a Locust Grove officer to give them some more assistance, because they knew that he was not going to be willing to go with them.
Police say they're talking to his family tonight, trying to figure out exactly what would have made him react like this and what happened. They still have not publicly identified him.
Caitlin Ross reporting tonight. Thank you very much. We have learned that the injured Henry County deputy Michael Corley was released from the hospital this afternoon. This gentleman spoke to us outside of the Atlanta Medical Center and told us the bulletproof deputy Corley, the bulletproof vest that Corley was wearing saved his life. Let's get a little bit more on the story. Faith Abube is just outside of the Atlanta Medical Center with the very latest. Faith.
You know, Melissa, it would be an understatement to tell you just how grateful Deputy Corley's family is tonight. The deputy and his loved ones left here at the hospital just after 4 o'clock this evening, and the deputy had to go back with investigators to discuss what happened during that officer-involved shooting that turned deadly. And even though the family wasn't able to go home directly with him, they at least have the peace of mind of knowing that he will be coming home tonight. Let's take a look at photos that the GBI sent to us of that deputy this evening. His brother tells us he's a 49-year-old father. He's been working at the Henry County Sheriff's Office for more than 2 decades now. He's a very loving and an outgoing person. And with a job like he has, his brother says they're always worried about his safety and always stressed to him to wear his bulletproof vest when on the job. And it's that bulletproof vest that we're told today saved Deputy Corley's life.
Scared to death.
He's scared to death?
Scared to death.
What were some of his words?
He really hadn't had time to process what happened. Being shot is a whole different thing. This is his first time he's ever had to encounter something like this. He was smiling. He's smiling when he left to get his MRI. He's doing good, smiling. So we just want to thank God for that bulletproof vest.
And little by little tonight here at Atlanta Medical Center, we're seeing law enforcement presence here reduced to just a few vehicles. You're seeing one Henry County Sheriff's vehicle here. Right now, we're told one deputy is still in serious condition here at the medical center. And of course, everyone is asked to pray for that deputy along with the family members of all the other deputies involved in the shooting today, Melissa.
All right, Faith, I'm going to take it from here. Faith Abube in Fulton County in Atlanta. We want to go back out now to Henry County. Our Doug Richards live at the Locust Grove Police Headquarters tonight. Doug, many extremely, very, very saddened by the loss of this young officer who leaves behind a young family.
It hit these folks really hard. This is the Locust Grove Police Department. It is a modest department with only a couple of dozen officers. This is one of the patrol cars. Chase Maddox was a patrol officer, well regarded, and a hometown boy.
We are tore up, we are hurting and crying, and it may start right now, but it's been a bad morning for us.
The grief seemed to nearly overcome Locust Grove Mayor Robert Price. He had known Officer Chase Maddox for much of his life. Maddox grew up in this community and was a husband and father.
This lady, his wife, is fixing to have a baby, and they say any day now, and I'm
expecting a new baby. It's just, it's got us all tore up, and we just ask for prayer for the community that the healing will come.
Maddox died while serving a warrant with Henry County deputies in a subdivision south of downtown.
Oh, he was a good fellow. He had good, his mom and dad, I mean, his dad and them, family, they are just good. I just don't know what we're going to do when we have to meet them. It's just hard for somebody to lose such a young child.
And when this tragedy struck the Locust Grove Police Department, the mayor says that the city of McDonough and the city of Hampton sent police officers into town to help cover while Locust Grove dealt with this unusual and very tragic incident. Back to you.
Doug, I thought those comments from the mayor and those two men were very moving.
Very powerful.
Just very, very powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Difficult story anytime, but especially for a very small town, small community.
Unexpected. Tonight, a lot of you are sharing your prayers and condolences on our Facebook page. As new information comes in, we'll be sending out alerts and posting details. On 11alive.com, you can tune into the late feed tonight after the Olympics as our crews dig deeper into what brought officers out to that neighborhood today.